Hey everybody, Paul Turner here from thediscipleproject.net and paulturnerspeaks.com, and I am with my good friend Stephanie Stenger. Say hey, Steph.
Hey there.
Stephanie Stenger here is what would your title be here?
I am the Retreat and Program Coordinator at Life for Youth Camp in Vero Beach, Florida.
And that's lifeforyouthcamp.com?
Lifeforyouthcamp.com.
There we go. And we'll just show you a few pictures as we go along here about what the camp is and where it's at and all that, and the beautiful facilities they have and all that kind of good stuff, because that is truly a great camp to bring your kids to.
Thank you.
And also a little bonus fact, Stephanie was in my very first youth group. So
I was.
She was.
I've been here for 20 years, so that was longer than that.
Yeah, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Steph?
Old, not
Yeah,
me.
that's right. Well, I'll give her that. So today I brought Stephanie in to talk with you guys because many of you are looking to book your retreats, your camps, all those things at a facility. So we want to talk about planning and booking your retreat at an already established facility.
And it doesn't have to be mine. I just want to make sure that you guys have a successful retreat no matter where it is that you book.
Exactly. But of course, I recommend Life Youth Camp.
Well,
you can check it out down here in South Florida. It's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Spring break here is amazing.
That's right. So links down in the description below for all those things. But let's get to the part here, Steph. Let's talk about three things that if you're booking at a facility, what does that youth pastor, youth worker, pastor need to know about booking at a facility to make sure that their retreat's going to be the best thing it can be? What would be the first thing you'd say?
I mean, the first is you need to look at your needs. What is your retreat going to be about? Are you going somewhere just for the amenities and the activities that they have, or are you going there and it is going to be all inside just a biblical 100% studies retreat? So look at your needs and what you have, and your students that are going to go. You don't want to take them camping if they're a bunch of city kids and have never been outdoors before. So I think that's the first thing, is to find out if the amenities are going to suit you.
Right. And I think, too, because things like meeting spaces, does the camp have the right kind of meeting spaces? Do they have technology?
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Are they able to?
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Oh, that's important, guys.
Yes.
Having the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
All that kind of good stuff. So and then I talk about activities like you have a lake out here.
We do.
And
yeah, and rock climbing, and we have go-karts, and then we also have basketball court and game fields, large open spaces for you guys to be able to either create your own games or use some of our games that we have here as well.
Right. So facilities are a big deal, and making sure that the facility is going to fit your needs for your theme for your camp. So make sure you do your homework and go through the website, go through all the various pictures, do all that various things, and make sure that the facility fits your needs. Now, Steph, what would be the second most important thing?
Well, the next important part, and this kind of coincides right with the first part, you have to make sure this as well, is dates. First of all, if the facility is even open. And planning it pretty far in advance is also important, because any large facility that does this on a regular basis is going to be booked on the most favorite weekends, like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, President's weekends. Those are massive weekends where we always are booked a year in advance. And so any other facility that is like that often gets those retreats way in advance. Also, you need to check and see what's going on at your school, your county's calendar, what events there are. We just had a retreat fail because they did not know that Rock the Universe was going to happen that same exact weekend. And so all of their high schoolers went to that instead of the retreat. So make sure that your school is going to not have some prom or something else going on that weekend, that they're going to pull your students into another direction.
How far in advance would you say? You say there's a year in advance. Would you say?
Well, you can go less and maybe 6 months in advance, but I think 6 months to a year is probably the average time that most of our retreat groups plan a retreat.
Okay. All right. Third most important thing that these guys need to know about booking at a facility.
Oh, this one is, it definitely can be different things, but I think that to have the help that you need, the staff and the volunteers that are going to be able to have a successful music or worship service, to have the successful message, your guest speaker, whether it's yourself or you're bringing somebody else in. Successful guest speakers is super important. And then the people that are going to mentor the kids. You know, you can talk at them all day long, but when it comes to smaller groups or going back to their rooms for the evening time, to be able to continue to pour into them with the message that has been brought to you by yourself or the guest speaker.
This message brought to you by... Exactly. You want to do that. Well, those are all fantastic tips, Steph. I hope that you guys got something out of this. And if you have questions, by the way, feel free to leave some comments down below. We'll be sure to answer them.
Absolutely.
Also, I'm going to leave all the information down below for this particular camp, which you don't have to book at if you don't want to. But I would say at least give them a shot. Take a look at it. It's a great place to come. Not far from the beach. All that kind of good stuff. At lifeforyouthcamp.com. You can check it out. And Instagram at Life for Youth Camp. Is that right?
You got it.
All right. So this is going to be part 1. Be sure to click the link at the end or in the bottom or somewhere above there where we're going to go to part 2 and talk about planning your own retreat. We're going to give you some tips for that. So we'll see you guys in the next video.